Hi, it's Neil here from Total Wellness Club, welcoming you to episode number 11 in our video series where we're looking at what helps you get healthy and fit and stay healthy and fit. When we began this video series, I said that one of the things we wanted to do was to be able to get hold of experts and put them in the hot seat so that we could learn from their knowledge and expertise. And yesterday, I was fortunate enough to be able to get hold of a former world champion athlete. He's also a former college professor and university instructor and martial arts instructor as well. He has authored 16 books that have been translated into 29 different languages, one of which was turned into a feature-length film released by Universal starring Nick Nolte, a film called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. He's also an international speaker and has helped transform the lives of thousands and thousands of people. The person I'm talking about is Dan Millman, and I was able to disturb him yesterday from writing his latest book called The Hidden Secret. And here's what Dan had to say.
So, Dan, when I spoke to you in one of the previous interviews I did with you, you said something about when you were working at Berkeley University training athletes. And you said something about them when you were training them, how you would use their training not necessarily to become good athletes, but how to use athletics to be good at life. I might not be quoting you word for word there, but my question to you is, let's say that I work out for 30, 45 minutes a day, as I'm sure a lot of people listening to this will do. How would you then use that workout to help inform your life or live a better life?
Well, in a sense, Neil, I would say the same as not working out, the same as working at the office or at home in our relationships. It's all a form of spiritual weight training to strengthen our spirit. So in a sense, daily life is guaranteed to teach us everything we need to learn through all the challenges we take on in our everyday life. But in terms of the focusing on health, wellness, and fitness, the actual quote I use in my book, Body, Mind, Mastery, is that I don't ask athletes to dedicate their lives to their sport. I ask them to dedicate their sport to their life. And what I mean by that is to treat our fitness training, our exercise, as the way or a path. In other words, to appreciate it not just as an end in itself, but as a metaphor of how we approach sport and fitness is how we approach our life. The same quality of attention, that term mindfulness has become very popular. But really it's about paying attention to the present moment, whatever's going on, without judgments, noticing ourselves. And as we improve, whether somebody's doing weight training or swimming laps, whatever they do, it engages not only their body, but their mind, their emotions as well. So our physical training is a mirror for how we approach life. As the Zen masters say, how you do anything is how you do everything. So one is a mirror of the other. It's not a special technique. It's just noticing how whatever we're doing reflects our everyday life.
Brilliant, thank you. Dan, you've stayed in really good shape since your days as a gymnast. What would you say? I mean, you may still be a gymnast. I don't know what you do in your spare time these days, but what would you say would be like maybe the top 3 tips for people to stay fit and healthy?
Well, I'll have to look up my list of tips and see what the top 3 are. No, actually, Neil, I don't know if I have 3 tips. But in terms of staying healthy, some people come to me and for advice, they say I have a spiritual issue I've got to deal with or an emotional issue. And I always ask 3 basic questions. First, are you getting regular, moderate exercise every day? That doesn't necessarily mean going to a gym or training in a particular sport. If someone does, that's great. But it just means regular, staying active, using the stairs instead of the lift, parking a little further away and getting a little walk. Walking is still the best exercise, the most natural we can do, and breathing fully. Most of us hold our breath many times during the day without noticing it. And just starting to be aware of the breath and breathing fully and easily, just taking a big, deep breath now and then. So the first thing is regular, moderate exercise, whatever fits that individual. And the second point would be balanced diet. And notice I'm not saying vegetarian, vegan, raw food, in season, locally grown, gluten-free, and all that. I'm just saying find out what works for you, for each individual person, because it's slightly different. Life is an experiment, diet is an experiment. So that's the second thing I'd say, a balanced diet. And if people ask me for advice about that, I just say eat a little bit more of what's nutritious for you and a little bit less of what's not. And moving on to the third point, which is getting enough rest. And there's a lot behind that. There's growing research showing how life just works better in so many ways when we have the discipline, actually, to get to bed at a reasonable hour if we have to get up early, and find out whether we need 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep. If we don't get quite enough during the night, find time to take a power nap during the day, but basically be rested. That makes those three things are a foundation that make a huge difference for anyone's life and help us to face whatever else we have to address.
Cool. Thank you, Dan. Now, you're coming to the UK for an event with the Mind, Body and Spirit on the 2nd of March. We've talked a little bit already today about diet and exercise, which will be one of the topics that you'll be covering at that event. But I noticed another one of the areas you're going to be talking about is placebo power. Could you tell us just a little bit about what you'll talk about on that topic during that event?
Well, I'd be happy to. And actually, yes, I'll be happy to address that specific topic of placebo power. What the talk on the 2nd of March in London is going to be about, and there's information at my website, people can find it at my event page, is I'm going to be cutting through a lot of kind of magical thinking and wishful thinking about many topics. I know we're focusing here on health, healing, placebo, but also ideas about, people have models of reality about reincarnation and mediums and trance healing and out-of-body experience, but I'm also going to address fundamental issues of diet and exercise from a really common sense perspective, and I'm going to open dialogue with people because many people will have questions. They will agree or disagree. I always love disagreement because if we agree on everything, only one of us is necessary, So disagreement's great. I love to have those kind of conversations. In any case, since you asked me to talk about placebo power, there was a recent study for the first time that actually showed changes in the brain based on taking a placebo, which is a pill without any active ingredients. But it's more the power of suggestion, expectation. So the most powerful healer the body has is related to the placebo effect. Whatever can get our subconscious, our body wisdom, whatever can draw upon our nervous system and our immune system to heal us will work. And for some people, it's faith healing. Others, it's exercise. Others, it's fasting or working with diet. Some people gravitate toward Indian procedures. Others, Chinese, like the five energy, the five elements theory and acupuncture and acupressure and so on. Others gravitate toward Ayurveda from the Indian tradition or modern medicine. We all have different values and needs. But the point is, what exerts the right leverage to help us heal? And if we have an issue in that area. For most of us, just as I said, diet, exercise, and getting enough rest would give us the great foundation. But if someone has specific issues, then placebo can be very powerful. There was also a study where they told people they were actually getting a placebo. They did it so much that people were getting irritated, saying, yes, I know, you've told me many times it's a powerful placebo, there's nothing in it, and they were getting like 37% better results. So many people use placebo as a pejorative term, as if, oh, it's just a placebo. But actually, there's a great deal of power in that particular effect. We're just learning how to harness it.
Wow. Thank you, Dan. Really appreciate that. And
Sure.
Dan, also appreciate your depth of knowledge and your experience and your honesty every time I speak to you, and appreciate your time today in helping our listeners and viewers to get healthy and fit and stay healthy and fit. Thank you very much.
Well, I know you're doing some great work, Neil, and it's always a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Beautifully put and really straightforward there from Dan. I'm going to add some links in the comments section below in this video so that you can find out more about Dan and also go along to his talk in London on the 2nd of March. If you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to the channel. I'm not an expert in health and well-being, but I am an explorer, and I want to uncover for you the things that will help you get healthy and fit and stay healthy and fit. So come and join me on this journey by subscribing to the channel. Also, if you feel this video could help someone that you know, then please share it with them. Share it on your social media as well. Thanks for now. Take care.